Hey everyone, it's Jason Dunn here. Today I'm representing Apple Thoughts. Now Apple Thoughts is a website that's part of the Thoughts Media Network, but I typically don't do anything related to Apple Thoughts because I don't own a Mac. I've never owned a Mac before, but the closest I've come is owning, right now I own an iPod Touch, and that's about it. But today I'm actually going to be unboxing and doing a first impressions video of the new Mac Mini. Now a quick note, people have asked me in my videos many times why I don't review Apple products. The single biggest reason is that Apple only sends out review products to a select handful of journalists, and frankly, usually only journalists that give them very positive reviews, if we're being honest with ourselves. And in this particular case, I actually went out and purchased this Mac Mini myself. This is the first Mac product I've had, so as I'm doing this video, I may make errors, I may make incorrect statements. I will do my best to be, as intellectually honest and forthright as possible as I'm going through and checking out this product. Some people may know me for having a slightly anti-Apple bias. There's a lot of things I don't like about them as a company, but I've always admired their hardware design, and I finally decided that in order to do some new stuff that I want to try to do with my business, I needed to have some cross-platform juice, shall we say. So, without any further ado, let's get into the unboxing of the new Mac Mini. So, as you can tell, I ordered a keyboard and a mouse. So this is referred to as the Magic Mouse. It's a really slender design, a really beautiful, product. I'm going to be using the Mac Mini actually with the Logitech mouse and keyboard, but I did want to kind of get the overall Apple experience, so I figured I would go ahead and get one of these mice. I'm not really going to review this, but I just wanted to mention that I did, kind of get the Magic Mouse. I also got the Apple keyboard. As you can tell, this is their the wireless keyboard. Apple uses Bluetooth for their wireless technology, and that's kind of interesting. I was talking with an Apple guy that I know, and I was asking him, well, what kind of battery life did you get out of the wireless keyboard and the wireless mouse? And he said about 4 to 6 weeks, and I was shocked because that is awful. If you've used any kind of a Logitech or Microsoft product that's using wireless RF radio frequency technology, you tend to get 6 months, 8 months out of a set of batteries, and so using Bluetooth, Apple I guess maybe wins cool geek points, but 4 to 6 weeks is pretty awful. So I'll be interested to see what kind of battery life I get out of this particular mouse and keyboard. But what we're really here to talk about today is the new Mac Mini. So Apple brags about their reduced packaging, and as you can tell, when it comes to the Mac Mini, they've done quite a good job of reducing the packaging. I mean, it's pretty incredible that there's essentially a full power desktop computer that fits inside this little box. I've always really admired Apple's industrial design and their approach, to marketing and kind of branding. And as you can tell, I mean, they've just done a really great job on this. This actually shows you everything on the product. So I will put that down just for a second, and I'll take out my handy dandy Swiss Army pocket knife, complete with a flash drive. No geek leaves home without it. And I'll just sort of slice this open and try not to, damage the beautiful packaging. Yeah, so here we go. Now, a couple of things. I bought basically the stock Mac Mini. It comes in a couple of different configurations. The particular version that I got has the 2.4 gigahertz processor. It's an Intel Core 2 Duo. I was initially really hoping that the new Mac Mini was going to come with a Core i3 or Core i5, something like that. So it was actually pretty disappointing that it's still coming with the same Core 2 Duo. It's a slightly updated chip, but it's the same Core 2 Duo core technology, that's been on the market for a couple of years. Apparently the reason why is that it's something to do with NVIDIA and chipsets and licensing and all that other stuff. So we'll just slide this off here. Boy, I always harp on other companies for having, really poor unboxing experiences, but I have to give Apple credit here. I mean, this is just gorgeous, right? But you know, it's what they do. So as I mentioned, I got the 2.4 gigahertz processor in this. There is a 2.66 gigahertz processor. I got it with 2 gigs of RAM, but the fine people at Kingston sent me two 2 gig sticks. So I'm actually going to be doing a separate video where I upgrade the RAM in this unit up to 4 gigs. You can go all the way up to 8 gigs if you want, but 4 gig sticks of RAM are unfortunately quite expensive, so you'll definitely pay a price there. Worth noting, at least from Apple Canada, you can actually go from 2 gigs up to 4 gigs for not very much money compared to the retail price, as in buying the 4 gigs of RAM at retail is actually more expensive than what Apple's charging. That's usually the opposite. Usually Apple and Dell and HP and everyone, they tend to charge an arm and a leg for RAM upgrades. So I have to admit, Apple did something pretty nice by allowing the RAM upgrades to not be too expensive. Yeah, so let's just kind of get into it here. So there's a little tab here. You kind of pull it up. This is Apple, I believe they call this their unibody design for the Mac Mini. It's essentially the same core kind of technology that Apple has used on their MacBooks. You know, so basically just a single piece of cut aluminum, no seams. Boy, this is gorgeous. You know, regardless of how you may or may not feel about Apple as a company, you really have to admire the artwork here. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, this is really, really beautiful hardware design. So, on the front, let's just start at the front here. We have the SuperDrive, I think is what Apple calls it. Again, I've never owned a Mac before, so I feel like a bit of a noob as I'm describing this, so please be slightly forgiving with me. So it's an 8X slot loading SuperDrive, so it reads and burns, you know, to plus R DVDs, CDs, etc., etc. So nothing particularly interesting. Of course, still no Blu-ray. Apple wants you to download their high-def videos, and they don't want to give you Blu-ray no matter which computer of theirs you buy. Nothing on the left or the right. Obviously, up here we have the pretty little Mac logo. I don't know if that's going to light up. I would say probably not. It doesn't look, usually if it lights up it's white, but maybe I'm totally wrong. Again, Mac noob here. Now, here's where kind of all the good stuff is. I'll just kind of angle this so we can see it here. Here we have the power supply, and let's just see here. It looks like we have the power cable right here. I'm sorry, I'm just going to put this down for just 1 second, just so I can make 100% sure what's what. So, what else comes in the box? I should just kind of finish that. There's really not a whole lot in the box. You get this little everything Mac here. Probably there's going to be a couple of discs here. Probably tiger, snow leopard, panther, kitty cat. I don't know, whatever it's called. It's gonna be snow leopard. The operating system. Yeah, so basically here's the Mac Mini, the OS X install DVD, and this is version 10.6.3. I think 10.6.4 is what just came out pretty recently. And then of course this is the applications install DVD. I'm going to assume that this is going to be the iLife suite. Yeah, basically that's it. You have a couple stickers, so if you want to be a raving lunatic fanboy, you can as you drink your soy latte and drive your Volkswagen. Anyway, I'm just kidding, all you Mac guys out there. I know you like your soy lattes. Okay, that's about it for the rest of the box. And then there's 2 other quick items here. You have a simple power cable, and then you also have this is going to be well, actually this is an HDMI. I'm just going to double check this. Yeah. Whoa. Don't worry, I didn't drop the Mac, I just dropped this little tiny cable. This is an HDMI to DVI port, so there's that. And of course, there's also a mini display port. Now, here's one thing, again, huge props to Apple, because this is really, really impressive. You'll notice that there's just a power cable, right? There's actually no power brick. Apple actually integrated the power supply into this chassis. That is incredibly impressive engineering. That is freaking amazing. I mean, if they can put the power supply in something like this, there are laptops, you know, that are twice as big and really not that much, you know, thicker. If Apple can do that, I would love to see that done with some other laptops, you know, so when you're traveling, you don't have to carry a power brick, you can just carry a cable. So again, Nice job, Apple, on that.